You said that, it's going to be some trash.
No, man, I promise you, James, you'll love it.
Okay, welcome back to the Beast Game Podcast. And today we're taking a look at a Netflix movie which is called Outside the Wire. It stars Anthony Mackie as a character named Leo, or Captain Leo, or like whatever his rank was. Damson Idris is on Snowfall, but he plays a character named Harp. The movie starts off with a military mission. Idris's character is a drone pilot for the military. Just breaks ranks, fires on his own people, killing his own people. Should be disciplined, but somehow he's sent to be under the command of Anthony Mackie, who just kind of has this super soldier enhancement. The whole thing is trying to figure out this mystery about this Russian terrorist and also Anthony Mackie's character. All right. So, Keith, how did you feel about Outside the Wire?
Well,
Don't call it Transcendent.
Maybe it was Transcendent. It had good action. I saw what they were trying to do with it. It was kind of playing the whole thing of artificial intelligence and everything. The sort of near future aspect of everything. But at the same time, you got Anthony Mackie's character, who is just beyond anything we ever thought about creating, doing. At the same time, you're kind of wondering if he's some kind of super soldier or is he actually a full-blown machine? It gets answered later on towards the end, as well as his overall mission and what he's planning to do. So first off, the action was good. I liked the action. Thought it was pretty good, especially Anthony Mackie's movements and everything. The character, there was a different take on artificial intelligence rather than the evil machine who's pretty soulless. You had a different take on it. Then you got the drone pilot, who was kind of a straight up asshole with no redeeming qualities. I've got a very brief exposure to the military, but a lot of shit that was going on in there didn't seem correct.
It didn't make sense.
Yes, like
The drone pilot should be court-martialed.
Drop a bomb.
He should be court-martialed.
Yeah, he would have got shot in the face. You don't just fire a weapon, danger close, unless you got orders backing you up.
And then the person next to him just says, "Oh man,
What the hell?"
Yeah, that's so bad. They should have just taken you out, beat you outside, and then you were court-martialed."
Yeah, and then you got a master sergeant who rolls up on you, on an officer, pulls him aside and beats the shit out of him. I can see that happen in a dark alley, and that master sergeant's got some pull with a few colonels and stuff. But I mean, I can't see that shit happen. But I've never seen him just straight up lay hands and beat the shit out of him. And the story kind of went, I don't want to say left at some point, but Anthony Mackie's reasonings for doing what he was doing fell back to that same old trope. Humans are doing bad things. I've got to stop them. A better take would have been Anthony Mackie being more human than the drone pilot. And kind of at the end of the day, that's the story. That's the story you tell. That a machine shows more human empathy than actual people. So, I mean, that would have been a more interesting story.
That's Blade Runner.
Pretty much. Can't lie on that. That is Blade Runner.
And James, this is also from the director of The Right that had Anthony Hopkins in it.
Oh! Oh! Well, he was. Oh!
Yeah. Shit. I think when I saw that in the movie.
I don't want me to watch this for real.
But Matt, how do you feel about?
Oh no.
Okay, but Matt, how do you feel about Outside the Wire?
I felt the movie was poorly written. Don't understand a lot of the logic, especially I guess with military movies. Hollywood always misses its point. Never have no lieutenant that broke ranks and did a direct.
He didn't just break ranks, Matt. He killed his own people.
I mean, he blew up the ranks.
Well, it's not that he killed his own people. What happened was that they had 38 or 40 people on the ground.
Yeah, 40 people on the ground.
They had 40 people on the ground. This armored truck comes in with the RPG, and the LT is a drone pilot. And his higher commander said, "Hey, don't fire the drone." But what does the young lieutenant decide to do? I'm going to go fire the drone, even though I was told not to save the people on the ground. So out of the 40 people, 2 of them died because he fired the drone. But in essence, 38 people survived.
That's great logic, but go ahead.
But the fact that he disobeyed a direct order and he was still in, they chose the most inexperienced officer to team up with this cyborg, ground-to-ground combat. And Air Force,
not just a ground-to-ground combat, a special ops mission.
Yes, that made no sense to me. I'm like, why would you choose the most inexperienced person, let alone a drone pilot, give him a weapon to go on the ground? That makes no sense. What happened to Special Forces? What happened to Navy SEALs? They could have done that. Not no lieutenant.
that he chose him personally and that he had the final say on that.
So that didn't make any sense to me. Why you would choose that? And then I guess the spin that they were trying to do at the end, to me, didn't catch anyone off guard. I had such high hopes considering that Chris Hemsworth's movie was pretty kick-ass on Netflix,
Right.
and I was thinking that this would be something close because the action scenes, I was like, oh, okay, I get it.
But the
But
other one
what-
before this one, the one that has Charlize Theron, what was that movie, Keith?
Oh, you and I watched
Oh,
it. It was the one
the
that
old guard.
music.
The old guard.
Yeah, that one, same thing. Leaps in logic for military stuff. It's just, it's like, okay.
And then what I don't understand is he's never really fired a weapon, I'm going to assume, outside of maybe his little officer basic training. And the enemy, this is the part in the front of the movie where they had the hostages,
Uh-huh.
and he's behind the barrier. So they're in front of the building. They're holding people hostages. The robots start fighting, and he just sits there like a coward. While the other robots on the side, on his side, were like shooting. I'm just like, dude, you're like the perfect aim. You could take out so many people from that vantage point. And he doesn't
But-
do jack shit.
The point was he's always sat there with the drone. He's never been in a war environment at all. And that's what that showed. So that I understood. At the end of the day, basically he's a bitch.
Yes, I get that. But at the end of the movie, when he is fighting this high-speed cyborg that kicked how many people's butts in that one Russia territory, all of a sudden he's going to shoot 40 for 40 from 150 feet
Well, he
with a
learned
weapon
some
he was
stuff.
scared to fire.
He got his ass whooped for the rest of the film. I guess he got tired. I mean,
And then all of a sudden he could
point, you
shoot
gotta
straight.
do something.
Well, Mike, how'd you
Alright.
feel about this?
I will agree with you. The action was good. That part was good. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't great either. I mean, it was cool, I guess. Something to watch, but like, but I cut on Netflix right now and watch it again. No, I'd go find something else first. That'd be like if I'm really bored and I don't really have nothing else to watch, and I probably just fast forward to all the action scenes. I had to explain to me the whole point of the movie because I was kind of like, what the fuck, really? Like I said, it had good action. It wasn't better than Extraction. I will say that that's probably great because fucking Russo brothers did it. At this point, so I think right then they can put a blank check on the table if you want them, because everything they seem to do seems to be pretty damn good. But for this, I mean, Anthony Mackie's Anthony Mackie. He don't do nothing that's like.
Yeah, I would say that he has a very distinct acting style, and I think maybe it comes out a little bit better in the Marvel movies. But for things that I've seen him in that does not involve Disney, Marvel, and aside from 8 Mile, I think that he's pretty much the same.
Yeah, he's becoming the same person every time I see him.
Yeah.
He did a good job in that
Like,
movie,
oh.
on that HBO movie he was in, the Lyndon B. Johnson one.
I did not see that, so I can't really say.
That was pretty good.
But his way of speaking is pretty much the same in a lot of movies. Does this movie a disservice? Maybe for him, it becomes a charisma problem just because,
He has none.
yeah, that this movie did need somebody, even though we talk about The Rock a lot, it needs somebody like that, carry this movie forward. And not just, I'm going to be smug and just talk like this throughout the whole movie and then try to
Yeah,
teach you a lesson.
Do something. That's why he starred in it. But
Maybe you should just do one or the other. Any other wrap up thoughts? Because I did not like this other than it looked nice. I like future stuff and the story and everything else and the mystery about what is life. I don't really find anything that relevant about this or that interesting about it. Keith, what score would you give this?
I would give it a 5. It's not terrible, but I can't watch it again. Honestly.
yeah.
Probably would have done better with a different director, someone who could have played off on it.
Well, I
And
did mention Neil Blomkamp or Denis Villeneuve. Like those are probably the two people that you might go to for more science fiction stuff.
see what they were doing with the story, and it was a different take. I'm almost sick and tired of the same old achieve artificial intelligence with smart weaponry and stuff, and the first thing they want to do is humans suck, kill them all. Like, no. I'm tired of that shit. All right, let's try something different.
iRobot.
Pretty much.
All right, Matt, what score would you give it?
I'll give it a 4. I won't watch it again. On to the next one.
All right, Big Mike.
I'll give it a 5. Like I said, it wasn't terrible, wasn't great. Something to watch. So, you get a 5.
All right, so I'm going to be more in line with Matt. I'm going to give this a 4-banger. Netflix has a problem sometimes that obviously everything can't be quality. A lot of these movies, and again, things like The Old Guard, just shows that maybe they might need to take a little bit more care into either what they pick up that's already been shot, or if they're producing things from scratch, just exerting a little bit more control. Just because it's not great. I wouldn't even call this a B movie. Starring well-known actors. I think that's where the problem is. If it's a B movie starring people I don't know about and it turns out to be great, hey, it's good. If it's a B movie that has well-known actors in it, then that's a problem. It does happen. You were talking about like Nicolas Cage level type people. But you shouldn't have A-list Hollywood actors in mindless nothingness along the lines of more Netflix trash. I would never watch this again. I was really hyped about this. I would probably never think about this movie again unless I just need to reference it as Anthony Mackie might be the same person in every movie. So, all right, that's the Beastgate Podcast, everybody.